Now Special is opening up with 2 barracks, but on his side of the map, and Serral is opening up with the spawning pool and the extractor at his side. So it almost feels that Serral was expecting maybe the same thing that we were expecting, Waddy.
Yeah, and then you got this 2-rack set up at home instead, so Reapers? We'll see if he adds a 3rd rack to really go hardcore on the Reapers here. It's possible you can just play 2 racks Reaper Expand as well, so I think I like that too, as this Reaper's gonna hop up. It's gonna be seeing the Queen making sure to force it back down. Factory CC, these feelings just sat down the other side of the map. We'll see what exactly they can get up to, of course, in the near future. As the Reapers join up together, and this is the chance for Special to maybe start putting some of this pressure on. He's just going into Marines pretty soon, so it's not like he's going to build up like a mass of Reapers. Just 3 Reapers to try and get some harassment done. He'll catch maybe a drone here. Feels like that was a missed target. He will now, no, somehow not get one in the main for a while. Now you get 2, but you've lost a Reaper, and those other Reapers are being chased away. Serral gets the Spore Crawler down. And can this Queen kill another Reaper as the Spores are perfect? Yeah. Wow. Okay, good job.
How did he
Serral.
save that one too? Like I could have sworn that I was like, all right, we're gonna lose the Reapers or at least a couple of them, but then we get 4 or 5 drones. I have no idea how Serral only managed to lose 2 drones there. I'm pretty sure that's illegal in some parts in the world, with the universe of Starcraft too. Really good start, I think, now for Serral, as obviously Special, his orbital command is super late because he did open up with the 2 Rex Reaper. Now he's going back into Reapers? What is this?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. I don't really know.
What?
It's such a gas investment. It's gonna slow down your add-ons. I mean,
That's so weird.
maybe he's gonna go like Hellion Reaper Medevac or something. Armory, Hellbats, yeah.
How bad?
Yeah, but then why the Reapers still? Just because you have the gas and you want a couple more grenades?
I mean, obviously the Reapers can indeed be useful in bouncing the Queens back and just being annoying, making it a bit harder for the Zerg player to micro, and Special is going to send his units to the other side of the map. The armory is done, so these Hellions can morph into Hellbats. And Serral is like, whoa, okay, you're actually being a little more aggro than I expected you to be. The problem is that this army doesn't have that one-punch power. Now, getting a couple of drones is obviously a great start.
Yep.
I wonder what the follow-up is. I mean, this is actually looking quite promising now. As 5 drones go down, make that 7. Yeah, maybe the Reapers is being a little bit extra tanky. Can we get a couple of grenades? Yeah, we do get some grenades. The medevac takes a lot of damage. Serral is going to clean this up. And even if we get 8 drones this early on, I'm just not really feeling it for Special.
Yeah, because Serral straight up is going to be 16 workers ahead, right? 3rd CC of Special is super late. It's one of those scenarios where, yes, you lost drones, but you'd think usually you would lose a lot more lings against this, I think, right, from Serral. So, yeah, he lost drones, but this time he didn't lose the lings, so he's able to still just replace those drones so quickly. Yeah, no, it's a very weird opening. I mean, Special still has army supply advantage. He's now going to send these Reapers around the right side and try and send them up into the main base.
Yeah, okay. There are 12 Zerglings in production. If these Zerglings pop in an unfortunate moment, they won't deal a lot of damage. There's even a Baneling! That's, well, of course there is a Baneling. Yeah, because it makes sense to have a Baneling there against the 3 Reaper hop in 6 minutes and 25 seconds into the game. Alright, Serral.
Yep, just Serral things, right? He's just so good at being on top of that kind of stuff. Deals with it
Dropping
perfectly.
creep.
Yep.
He's dropping creep as well, so it's going to be a bit harder for this command center to land. And this command center is not even an orbital yet, so this is extra annoying, because that means it's going to take a longer time for this CC to actually be able to drop some yields, and that is obviously what Special needs to, I want to say, catch up economically, as being down a couple workers, no biggie. Being down 16 workers against the Spire opening. I hope for Juanito that this double drop is able to find some damage. I would say there is some potential for it to do so, as most of the units of Serral are a little bit out of position. At the same time, Special's also attacking on the left. Okay, this is going somewhere.
Yeah, again, in a few of those drones going down. There's Queens pushing to the right-hand side and trying to defend against this. But yeah, a few drones going down. Serral doesn't quite have the units right away to deal with this aptly, and he's going to lose another drone or 2 still. I mean, the hatchery's getting low HP as well.
It feels like even though the Serral is in a good spot, I actually think that he's kind of annoyed. Oh, it's the Hellbats! Get some really good shots up on board! Oh, he couldn't get the final juicy shot off, but that was pretty cool.
I mean, that was very nice.
Serral's quite upset with this game. We know that Serral's even upset about perfect games. And this is now not starting to feel that much of a perfect game anymore, as the Widowmine shots are going to soften up a couple of these queens. Where the hell are these mutas where you need them the most? Where are the lings? Where are the banelings?
The grenades! This is why we built the Reapers, and now they tank a couple of baneling shots. Here comes Serral's mutas, but he actually just was not prepared for this round of the attack, and he just took a lot of damage. Credit to SpeCial. It felt like he did not find enough early, but he absolutely found everything he needed here. Serral leaves the game, and SpeCial wins the map.
Are you kidding me, Warren?
Yeah.
Can you scout it any quicker than this? Can you scout it any quicker?
I don't think so, right? The first Rex is going down as the Overlord flies into it, so Serral is fully aware. Drones are moving, and this does not look good at all. Uh-oh. That's all I can say, uh-oh, because these drones are going to get here so quickly. What do? I mean, can you even finish these racks up? It's going to be difficult,
I think one is gonna finish up. The other one I'm not too sure about. With a little bit of RNG, I feel like one barrack should be able to finish up. Oh my, okay. Maybe not a single barrack. I thought that if Serral wanted to get a cancel above them, he had to send 3 drones. And there is number 3. It's just a little bit late to the party. But apparently when you scout it this early, you can just send 2. I like what SpeCial's doing. He's like, you know what? I can actually not play a normal game from this point, so now I may as well go command center first and still try to turn it into a game like this. Oh, you mentioned momentum. Well, I feel like a lot of that momentum just went out of the window. Yeah. I wonder if Serral will always play like double Evo here before going into Lara. Because I think that's a style that Zerg players always enjoy playing. But obviously it does have its downsides, and it seems like Serral's not going to do that. He's just going to go for a quick Lara. Maybe just Spire again then?
Yeah, I could go Spire. Could even just go for like faster Bane speed into like Ling Bane as well, right? Doesn't necessarily need to rush out a Spire here. He's going to be up against a Raven, which we have seen on this map a few times every now and again. I know Clem used it once against Raynor. A Raven and like 10 Hellions can be a really powerful way to not just clean creep, but actually fight queens, because the auto turret helps with a little bit of that extra damage just to help pick up the kills every now and again. So could be a good way to go about this. Intrigued to see how that continues.
Serral's going up to 4 gases at this point. No Evo chambers yet, so with all that gas, and now especially going up to his 5th and 6th gas, then it's pretty much got to be a Spire. Anything else would be... I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, no, I think in this case Spire definitely makes a lot of sense, and might be a bit rough for SpeCial, because by the time Spire's done, I guess he will have his racks like kind of finishing, but feels like there's going to be a good amount of mutas before there's any kind of good amount of anti-air here, as Queens are immediately in position to push Hellion Raven back to begin with. Let's see if they can keep up that defense. There indeed is the Spire coming through, so we get answers to what Serral wants to get up to, and let's see if he can get there safely. Okay, you got 3 workers, but you just lost 2 SCVs, and you lost the Raven, which was a big investment, right? And now you made all these Hellions, and they're about to get cleaned up by mutas. They don't last much longer here, so time is running out for this big investment early game to work out, and if it doesn't work out, obviously Serral just ends up in a pretty great position once again. I mean, these Hellions really kind of know time is running out, because they are getting very aggressive right now, trying to get up to the front, and now supported by a few Marines. Medevac showing up as well, but here on the mutas, there's not going to be much chance to escape as SpeCial. If you find yourself in a fight you can't win, Muta's just going to go straight across the map.
Normally I like that, but I actually think when the Marine count is this low, I think it would have been nicer for Serral to maybe keep them at home. Instead, he's very confident he can just defend with the Queens and a couple of Lings and the Banes. The Hellions could morph into Hellbats as the Armory is done. I guess you can't really do that when Zerglings are right on top of them, so all the Hellions do get cleaned up. The Muta's just having a field day in the main base, and this is what we mentioned before. With the early game that SpeCial had, he simply doesn't have the luxury to get multiple turrets up in time.
Yeah, he did split his Marines decently to deal with this at first at least, but yeah, now Serral just kind of backs away. He knows when his mutas don't need to kind of do too much more, and right now they can just take the luxury of sitting back themselves. Reinforcement of the middling Bane, and honestly, this Marine Medevac force is kind of scary out on the map. It's on its own. You're going to overrun this, and then if you lose the Medevacs, obviously this doesn't continue well for you. The Widowmine doesn't get to go off, but yeah, that could have been a big one.
Yeah, you kind of hope for one little thing here to go SpeCial's way, just so we can get like a little bit of a closer and more competitive game. At this point, I think the map vision kind of says it all. SpeCial, I think, has one Widowmine out on the map. Yeah, maybe hoping for a big connection there randomly. As he does get a little bit of vision with one Marine that he just sent out. It does get picked off immediately by the mutas. But obviously this is a very scary game for SpeCial to play. You press his vision now. What does he really see? He's got those 2 scouting mines, and that's about it. He knows that stuff is going to come his way. He just doesn't know from which angle.
Yep, which is a pretty bad feeling, as Serral's going to find one of these mines, kills it before the shot goes off, so has the muta number to do that very comfortably, and then just continues to work his way around the left-hand side. And looks like those mutas are, well, maybe that Widow Mine can stop this Bane run by, but the thing is, you're stopping like little bits of damage from maybe happening. That doesn't
Serral
necessarily
saw
save you. Yeah, looks like he saw it. He's going to move the Banes around a bit further. It's getting out of hand, just expanding everything. Again, he's just got so much money in the bank, so while Special Supply is doing good, Serral is absolutely set to play a much longer game. As long as he just doesn't die in one big fight, Serral has every other advantage I think you could kind of play with. He's going to start sending Balins into counterattack. That's something you got to respect here, of course, as Special as these mutas cleaning out the Widow Mines. Not a single one gets to fire already. Now I'm going to see the mutas getting rid of the missile turret as well. The Banes go in. They actually get good few Marines. They don't turn for the SCVs, but you jump into the main base, we deny concussive shells, and these mutas are just uncontrollable. They're just going to get so much done.
Yep, a lot of SCVs are going to fall. I'm actually kind of sad that Serral didn't burrow a couple of banelings while the bioarm was chasing him. I think that would have been real cool, just the icing on the cake. But this is just not a fair fight. Serral is looking phenomenal, of course, in this game, but we know how good he is. And when he gets such a luxury start where he finds the 2 barracks immediately, this game it kind of feels like it is all Jonas Sotala. Special does fire up +3. He is throwing down a couple scans because he knows the threat of the burrowed banelings are out there. The floodgates are wide open. Special's got a lot of supply in his main base. I guess that is to potentially deal with the mutas. It's a lot of units there.
Yeah, these Lings are going crazy, man. 38 SCVs, 39 SCVs going down. Well, Special kind of has to win with the one army right now, and these Banes are going to make that difficult. I mean, Special survives wave 1, but there's still another round of Banelings ready to go, and that is the power of Serral's army. With 74 Lings and 3 Ultras in production too, all of the upgrades continuing to pour in. Special continues to fight on through, but of course Serral can even afford to give up this base. He doesn't have to keep on fighting here.
Oh, Serral actually losing all his mutas to the Marines in the center of the map. I mean, yeah, for Special it truly is this one army and this one army only. As the Zerglings didn't just kill the SCVs, but they even killed the Orbital Command. And obviously that does mean that Special is going to be forced to take a couple fights on creep. These are not fights that he would normally ever want to take, but time is running out. He knows it. The swarm is coming in from every angle. Serral was forced to use pretty much his entire bank. Well, yeah, losing one base, not that big of a deal when you've got 7 of them.
Yeah, I mean, if Serral was not on such of a good start and a good setup in this game, maybe this would have been the sort of attack for Special that could have brought this back, that could have made a play, but this time around it just really wasn't the situation. That Widow Mine goes off on one single Zergling. Ultras are going to come through here as well, as Ling Bane is just going to ram through this natural expansion. The Widow Mines do pretty well. You still have the Ultras to deal with Ling supporting them. That to be on the 3-3 set of upgrades too. Yeah, I think we are saying goodbye to this game number 3 for Special.
Yeah, this almost feels mean, right? Because every single time I feel like Special's on the verge of tapping out, Serral like loses a bunch of units, and it's just like, okay, I guess I gotta try a little bit more. But this is not fun as a competitive player. So every fiber in Special's body probably wants to leave this game, but he's like, well, I don't know. Maybe he macroed poorly. Maybe he's got no larva. Maybe he takes a really, really bad fight. But obviously, Juanito knows what time it is. I do like floating over the main base. That's gonna allow him to get his hands on a few more resources. Maybe, potentially, he can max out one more time, but we're not exactly close to maxing out, Waddy.
Nope, he's 80 supply away from that, so Serral ain't gonna really give him the chance either. This 4th base is going down. Just gotta make sure, Serral, you don't lose too much, that you can't defend the big attack heading up the left-hand side. A few Lings are gonna see it coming. They try and escape away and keep themselves healthy. So yeah, once again, I mean, the Ultras are going to shut down reinforcements, and that's obviously going to be a problem. There are a lot of problems in this game right now from Special. Let's see if he can do something in the top left corner. I know we've said it once before that it's this army or die trying, but this really is like Special on his last legs. With only 20 SCVs behind this, there ain't no rebuilding.
He's got 99 problems, and Serral's definitely one of them. And all these Banelings are too, as these Marines and Marauders simply don't stand a chance.